Hello everyone, welcome to my GH Soap Gossip Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Dex solaces Trina over losing Spencer. Heartfelt bend rocks Josslyn. General Medical Clinic spoilers uncover that Spencer Cassidy's apparently horrid destiny could drive a shift in direction. Despite the fact that Spencer and Trina Robinson will for sure partake in a concise heartfelt escape in Paris, it very well may be sliced short because of a last face-off with Esme Sovereign. Things are surely looking disastrous because of an as-of-late spilled in the background photograph of Dominic Zamprogna, Kate Monsey and Kelly Monaco. Them three were spotted on the Windmere set wearing all dark. That recommends a dedication administration could be approaching for Spencer, so his assumed death might be utilized to make sense of Nicholas Alexander Chavez's non-attendance for the recording of Netflix's most recent Time of Beasts. Obviously, Trina will be a disaster area and will require some help, as she laments assuming that occurs. Since Trina might be too upset to even consider learning at the Sorbonne, she might track down solace with her friends and family back at home. Portia Robinson, Curtis Ashford and all Trina's other relatives can unquestionably show up for her. The equivalent goes for BFF Josslyn Jax, however Dex Heller could likewise move forward to reassure Trina in her period of scarcity. Josslyn saved Adam Wright's life following his excess not set in stone to liberate him from his folks' solid handle. This could be Dex's chance to reinforce his bond with Trina likewise, particularly since he's battled with misfortunes and injury from his tactical days. Since Josslyn has been offering Adam a greater amount of her consideration recently, it could bring some profound distance among Joss and Dex. That is especially obvious assuming Dex observes a kiss among Josslyn and Adam or something like that. It could stir up Josslyn and Dex's relationship apiece, which would be incredible luck since Trina's going to require major areas of strength for A to cry on. Trina may be attracted to Dex and maybe get altogether too risky as she attempts to facilitate her aggravation over losing Spencer. Assuming that things take an energetic turn among Dex and Trina, that is the sort of thing that could truly explode her kinship with Josslyn. General Emergency Clinic spoilers say Trina will require solace a way she can get it, so remain tuned for refreshes on any heartfelt contort news that may be blending with Dex. Jordan's FBI experience story. Curtis a medical procedure achievement. General Clinic spoilers recap for Tuesday, January 23rd, uncovers that Stream Lynn Quartermain grumbled to Harrison Pursue while axe-tossing and pictured Lucy Coe as she attempted to stir things up around town. While Creek Lynn offered refreshes on how Lucy went too far with Tracy Quartermain. Tracy addressed Scott Baldwin when he got diverted by Lucy at the Metro Court. Scott guaranteed Tracy that there was no place else he'd prefer be, however he believed Gregory Pursue to take care of his date for a brief time and pursued Lucy. With respect to Martin Dark, he wasn't persuaded by Lucy's discourse about Scott being from quite a while ago. After a showdown in the women's room finished with Martin stomping out, Scott appeared and tested Lucy next. When Lucy clarified that her sentiment with Scott was old history, she advised him that he had something important to take care of. Tracy guaranteed Gregory that her night with Scott wasn't what it resembled and eventually abandoned hanging tight for her date. After Tracy spotted Gregory winded and battling to move, she proposed to call a rescue vehicle. Gregory declined and protested when Tracy began acting unimportant once again. Pursue and Creek Lynn's wedding plans, yet he thought she was simply assisting him with getting his energy back. When Gregory was feeling improved, Tracy demanded Yuri coming to get them. After Lucy acknowledged Tracy was gone, she protested about Scott bungling things and requested his charge card. Lucy got a flower specialist on the telephone and requested 24 white roses to be conveyed to Tracy from Scott at the Quartermain house. At GH, Anna Devane communicated worry to TJ Ashford since it wasn't similar to Jordan Ashford to go absolutely MIA. TJ became stressed too, however at that point Jordan seemed wearing a similar garments from the prior night. Jordan made light of all that and persuaded TJ that she was fine, so he returned to work. When Jordan was distant from everyone else with Anna, she admitted that she was caught by several FBI specialists while attempting to follow a lead on the rifle that fired Curtis Ashford. Jordan streaked back to being sped off to a room with a two-way reflect, where she was cautioned to ease off the examination. Somebody conveyed orders on the opposite side of an entryway and put the feeling of dread toward God in the specialists, what cut the gathering off. The specialists apologized for the burden and would not let Jordan know who they conversed with since she was in an ideal situation avoiding it. After a town vehicle came to get Jordan, she was encouraged to adhere to her work area at city lobby. Jordan clarified quite possibly was occurring and consented to acknowledge Anna's assistance with her proceeded with examination. In Curtis' room, he opened up to Marshall Ashford about how he could deal with terrible news from the specialist, yet he'd be destroyed on the off chance that he needed to see the frustrated looks on his relatives' countenances. After Marshall gave Curtis a motivational speech, he attempted to talk with Stella Henry secretly about their flash on Christmas Eve, yet she demanded nothing might at any point happen to it. When Elizabeth Baldwin persuaded Hamilton Finn to go to a NA meeting, he imparted to the gathering and appeared to feel improved by unburdening himself. Finn offered his thanks to Liz whenever he was finished and imparted a kiss to her. Elizabeth likewise supported Portia Robinson, who opened up about a repetitive dream where Curtis was hitting the dance floor with her. Presently Portia had any desire for moving again with Curtis, however she was as yet anxious about the result of the system. Afterward, the specialist came to inspect Curtis, who was encircled by Marshall, Portia, TJ, Stella and Trina Robinson. In spite of the fact that Curtis couldn't feel the specialist prick his foot from the start, he in the long run felt something and that was uplifting news. It was anything but an assurance that Curtis would walk once more, yet it was a decent beginning and gave Curtis motivation to celebrate with his loved ones. General Clinic spoilers say Curtis will expect to continue to expand on his advancement, so remain tuned for more data on his recuperation. Nina's genuine little girl has been there from the start. The Sasha shock this story needs? Obviously, this news has numerous GH fans feigning exacerbation and moaning in disappointment. Are Carly and Nina destined to simply continue to strike back at one another? Is it true or not that they are both depleted at this point? In like manner, shouldn't Drew zero in on Scout Kane as opposed to burning through more valuable time with his little girl? It simply seems like everybody in question here would be in an ideal situation leaving this fight previously. There's been a sizable amount of retribution to go around, so a lot of watchers are anxious to see another section. Nina would rather not abandon a relationship with Willow Corinthos, however perhaps she ought to. Willow may constantly be careful about Nina and cast judgment over the things she's finished. Maybe Nina ought to simply tap out and zero in on an alternate little girl, one who's been on the right track there from the beginning. Sasha Gilmore came to town professing to be Nina's organic youngster, however she was in the long run uncovered as a fake. Notwithstanding, Nina pardoned Sasha and has upheld her through seasons of incredible misfortune and disturbance very much like a decent mother would do. Likewise, Sasha has acknowledged Nina's blemishes and comprehends her such that Willow doesn't appear to be able to do. It seems like there's as yet a parent-youngster relationship here that is based on something near unqualified love. At the end of the day, Nina as of now has a genuine girl through Sasha since science doesn't count for everything. The show frequently deals with organic connections like they're of more significance, like when Trina Robinson unexpectedly began overlooking Marcus Taggart for building another bond with Curtis Ashford. That is unreasonable since it lessens the relationship that Trina went through such a long time working with Taggart, who cherishes her notwithstanding despite everything should be her father. With respect to Nina's storyline, couldn't it be reviving for her to simply give up with regards to Willow? Nina continues to push Willow endlessly further away, so perhaps she ought to simply let Willow be and focus on the girl she actually has. Sasha fundamentally still fits in that little girl job for Nina, so maybe she ought to toss all her significant investment into reinforcing that association much more. On the off chance that Nina could simply transcend all the vengeance, she could try and impress Willow and persuade her to come around. Meanwhile, Nina could embrace her relationship with Sasha and utilize that to make up for the girl shortfall. General Emergency Clinic spoilers say Nina will retaliate against Drew and Carly for the present, yet hopefully some story refreshes are preparing now that the new co-head composing group has been affirmed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.